one west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. One west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. They ain't scaring me. Rip the soul out of Pharisee. Speaking heresy, it get you fucked up apparently. It's like they daring me. I said chill, they ain't hearing me. They ain't listening. Every bar nitroglycerin. Hit your heart, bring it back to start, make you live again. Get them dividends, or we start getting ignorant. I be on that soldier shit. I told you shit phenomenal. Nobody a domino. So what you suckers trying to do? Rhyming comical, guess it's funny until I'm bombing you. Bring apocalypse to them pussy niggas that's popping shit. Team of all stars, I coach them up like I'm Popovich. Fuck the politics and the lobbyists and apologists. They vagina, so we go check them like gynecologists. It's kinda obvious how the situation is ominous. The way I vomit this and regurgitate for the audience. They start applauding this cause the competition is fraudulent. From the era where niggas smoke you up like a parliament. The flow been stupid. Shit has gotten retarded since all the dominance of one West rising to prominent. Cause I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. They want a nigga quiet, mute my maneuvers, but I ride like I got group lines for Uber. Rhymes hard like they've been viewed by Medusa. 9 milli Luger, 17 in the Ruger. Only need a few to sit up in your medulla. Obligata for the regatta, niggas wildin' they win every dollar. They riding by black Apollos, let the semi holler. A showstopper, been a stopper since the teeny bopper. But now I'm going off Patron and premium of vodka. I put extensions on the Glock, modify the chopper. The war heavy war.
Shalom. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shabrakatah to all the brothers. Shalom Yahweh Shamar Latah Hashem Yahweh Shah to all the sisters. With the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started out on 1 West 125th Street out of Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. And what we teach is that Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the lost 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, according to the Bible, according to history and archaeology. We are not affiliated with any Israelite group. If it is not in the ISUPK under Commander General Yohana, then you are not in the truth. No matter how much you think you are in the truth, you are not. You understand? You are not. If you desire to be in the truth, that is a beautiful thing. You understand? It's a righteous thing. You know, the Lord said he called us to be a nation of kings and priests. You understand? So it's a beautiful thing to desire to be in the truth and to learn your history and your culture and the law, statutes, and commandments and to keep these customs. However, if you do not come through the proper channel to do so, then you've fallen off into a false religion. You understand? That is not of the Lord. No matter how much it might look like, smell like, you understand? If it ain't right, it ain't right. You understand? There's one body that the Lord chose. There's one body that the Lord raised up. You understand? When he brought Moses out of Egypt, you understand? The Lord's kingdom extended through Moses and to the men that surrounded Moses. You understand? Went out from Moses to Aaron. You understand? And it went down the ranks like that, you know, down to the sons of Aaron. You understand? You know, and even before then, the priesthood was established through Melchizedek. You understand? But there was always one body. That promise was given to Abraham. You understand? When that promise was given to Abraham, it was passed down to Isaac. You understand? He didn't change his mind and pick some random Elamite and say, you know what, you God's chosen people. He didn't do that. You understand? If there's one nation, then what nation on this earth have you ever heard of that have more than one government? Right. Have you ever heard of that? Come on. You know, I mean, maybe somebody could educate me. You understand? I don't know any other nation that had more than one government other than America pre-Civil War. I don't even think they had more than one government then. I think they had one government. And it's just you had the people in the South that decided to go to war against the government. You understand? So what nation on this earth has ever existed to have more than one government? What do you think the 144,000 represent? That represents the governing body of the nation of Israel. Right. You understand? And the government is not split up. They might have different departments, different branches of the government, but they are all under one power structure with one common goal. You understand? It's one. You understand? Just like how there was one nation that the Lord chose. There's one nation, one body, one faith, one baptism. You understand? What you got going on? Say what? For the frankincense and myrrh? For the coals? All right, no sweat. If we got any questions, go ahead and type them into the chat. We're taking all questions today. You understand? All questions. If we can't answer the question, then we're gonna get the answer to the question. You understand? But we are answering all questions tonight. So bring your questions. You understand? Type your questions into the chat. If this is your first time, if you're new to the Israelite, to the Isupk, if you've never heard of the Isupk or you've never heard of what we're teaching, then type it into the chat. Let us know. You understand? You know, let us know. This isn't like your normal Christian church where you just sit there and listen to me talk all day. You understand? We here to educate you. You understand? The job of a priest is not to preach. You understand? But to teach. You understand? We don't preach the Bible in the Isupk. We teach the Bible. There's a difference. And you're going to see once you get to asking your questions. And don't be ashamed to ask questions. There's no such thing as a dumb question. You understand? Whatever questions you got, we have the answer. Send questions into the chat. And come on, let me know if we get any questions. We got people checking in. All right. Who all we got in class?
We have Sister Takwawa, Rib in possession of Officer Amawad. We have Officer 500 Shar. We have Sister Panayan, that's Rib and property of Officer of 1,000 Maridaki. And that's it for right now. We got 5 viewers.
Most High in Christ. While we're waiting on questions, I want you to go to somebody get First Maccabees.
That's enough.
And if you're new to the class, two things that you're gonna want to have. First of all, subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to our channel. You understand? We have classes Monday through Friday and Saturday. You understand? Subscribe to our channel so you don't miss our classes, and that way you can get your questions asked. That way you don't have to go out here and get beguiled by some Christian pastor who just wants your money and wants to molest your children. You understand? Protect those babies and come into class and ask your questions. You understand? First Maccabees chapter 14, verse 9. So I know that a lot of people wonder, why do we dress the way that we dress? You understand? They see us out, and it's very peculiar when they see us when we're dressed in our UPK apparel. You understand? They see us, like I've heard comments where some people say, a lot of Christians, they'll say, "Oh, y'all brothers too militant." You understand? We went to a Juneteenth festival a couple years ago, and they made us leave because we was too militant. You understand? But my question is, why do we, but the question gets brought up, why do we dress the way we dress? Why do we wear these armbands? Are we bikers? People ask, are you a biker gang? I get tired of getting asked that question. That's like the go-to. Are you a biker gang? Like I personally don't think we look like a biker gang. Go ahead.
Like if anything, the biker gang got that type of look from us.
Right. You understand?
69.
Yeah, we came out in 19. Well, when the biker gang started, I think it started before the 69.
I don't think it was that relevant though.
I think they was pretty heavy, but that style of dress predates even the motorcyclists.
Right.
You understand? That style of dress goes back to even the North American Indians.
Right.
The North American Indians, they dressed in warlike apparel. They dressed ready for war. You understand? When you go back to the ancient times, this is how our people dressed. Even in medieval times, during the medieval times, the Dark Ages, when you looked at how the men dressed, they dressed in warlike apparel. You understand? But when you look at modern day, we're so caught up into fashion. Hold on 1 second. Sorry about that. So even during the Dark Ages, we dressed in warrior apparel. We dressed ready for battle, or ready for at least a skirmish. You understand? That was the style. That was what we wore, because at all times you face danger. At all times you're aware that there is danger that lurks. And at any point, the city that you in, the town that you in, could be raided by an invader. You understand? And at that moment's notice, you got to go to war if you want to protect your family. You want to protect your life, or your children, or you want to protect your brothers. You have to be ready to go to war. You understand? So, but modern day, we so caught up in the fashion. You understand? Because see, at one point in time, we were aware of the real danger that lurked. You understand? There's real danger. You understand? Being a man is a responsibility. That you are born with responsibility. You understand? You are born with responsibility as a man. You understand? You need to go. You need to. If war breaks out, who's going to war? The men go to war. The sisters don't go to war. This ain't the Warrior King. What's that movie called? The Woman King? The Woman King. Go ahead.
It's a lot. It was about a group of women that was supposed to be warriors or whatever. So that showed how weak the men was during that time.
Listen, I watched a fight. I think it's in Russia. There's an MMA fight between two women and one man. Matter of fact, pull that up. Pull this fight up. Pull this up. You understand?
I still got that script.
Yeah. No sweat. I want you to pull this video up. You understand? Listen, sisters, we love you. We love you in the UPK. You understand? We love you. We love you so much that we're gonna tell you to shut your mouth and sit down and shut up and shut your mouth. You understand? That's how much we love you. We love you enough to not send you into battle. You understand? I had a day and was, wanting to know, why women can't teach the Bible and things like that. Because here's the thing. If you go out here and you try to start teaching the Bible, the scriptures say that the word of God is sharper than a two-edged sword.
Right.
You understand? So when you go out here using the word of God, you got to understand that is a weapon. And when you go out here attacking demons, what you gonna do when that demon decide to physically attack you? How you gonna respond when some drug addict who you trying to tell about the truth about the Bible decides to punch you in the mouth? What you gonna do then? You gonna shut up? That's what you gonna do. Yeah, you gonna call us. You understand? That's what you're gonna do. You understand? You can't. We can't. Is there? You got it? Can I see it? To see at the same time as them? We need to get some type of device to hook that TV up to the computer. All right. Yeah. That's good. That's real good. All right. So we split screen.
Okay.
All right. Play this for our visitors.
Okay.
Bumper shot. You understand? Play this. Two women about to square off against a man. Oh man. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Look at this. Listen, man.
Salaki, and he just absorbing their hits. Like their hits don't even mean nothing to him.
Don't even make them flinch.
He can't do nothing.
Listen, man, that's hard to watch.
It's Salaki. This man is probably one of the most out of shape men.
Oh yeah,
that you can just find.
Oh yeah, he got that belly. You know how they say when you're in shape, you got a six pack. This double here got a keg
full of beer.
Listen, man, let's get to the end. Let's see the end result of this ridiculousness. We ain't about to watch this whole fight.
And for standing by when others are being harmed. What if one of these women were to get seriously injured or?
All right, listen. Listen, man. Black women, Hispanic women, Native American women, we love you enough in the UPK to not put you in situations like this. You understand? That's how much we love you. We a lot of people say we hard on women. Listen, man, do you think we harder than this devil right here? You understand? I ain't never seen nobody punching two women in the UPK. I ain't never seen that. You understand? But here's the thing: you wanna be a man so bad. You want to stand in a man's position so bad. You understand? But when it comes down to the come down, you cannot stand in a man's position. You can't do it. You understand? And so the thing is that this right here is, I just wanted to show this real quick to show that men are to go to war. Women are not. It's that simple. You understand? It was hard. It's hard watching this devil just punch these women in the face, even though they got them helmets on. If you ever been in a boxing ring and you got that helmet on, listen, let me tell you something. Listen, Kaz, you ever been in a boxing ring?
No.
You ever been in a boxing ring? And you ever had the helmet on
Kind
and got punched in the face?
kind of.
It don't feel good, do it?
It's not pleasant.
It don't feel good. That is not. Listen, that protects you from getting. I don't know what it protects you from because it hurts getting punched in the face, even with that thing on. And correct me if I'm wrong, but they got on MMA gloves, right?
Okay.
So those MMA gloves, I believe, I might be wrong as far as the actual weight, but those gloves are around 6 to 8 ounces, which the only thing those gloves do is protect your knuckles from getting a tooth stuck in them.
Okay.
You understand? But they don't protect the person that you're hitting, because even with a 16-ounce glove, which is a full-fledged, big old matted up boxing glove, you get hit with that, it feels, it hurts. It hurts just as much. Go ahead.
Salaki, but you can also tell when you watch a regular official boxing match or an MMA match, when they have on those gloves, when you get hit, it's still cutting through skin. It's still like I watch a old fight with Muhammad Ali where he punched a guy in the face so hard with a 16-ounce glove, and it cut him straight across the forehead.
Yeah, listen, man, listen. Them punch, a boxing glove does not protect the person you're punching. A boxing glove protects the puncher. It protects your hand from injury.
Right.
That's the only point of these gloves. You understand? Like bare knuckle fighting, if you ever watch those bare knuckle fights, they take their hands up so much because you can really damage your hands bare knuckle fighting. You understand? But the point that I wanted to show with this is that sisters, you shouldn't want to be in this position. You understand? You shouldn't want to be in this position. And you shouldn't be upset at a man for trying to keep you out of this position. You understand? So I bring, I say all of this to say that, the point of all of this is that men, we are aware of the apparent danger that lurks. This could very well be at the bar this Saturday in Greenville, South Carolina. I've seen situations like this happen in real life at bars and clubs. I've seen this. I've seen brothers fighting 3-4 girls. And the brother knock all 4 girls out, and they're like, man, come on, bro, chill out, man. Them girls, man. You understand? Meanwhile, they sitting there holding high heels. I don't know if you ever been hit with a high heel a lot, but it don't feel good. I can tell you that much. You understand? I got caught in the back of the head with a high heel one time. Trying to save a sister. I done walked out the club. She getting mollywopped. I'm talking like full-fledged haymakers. She catching, and she eating the punches now. She ain't fall, but she just getting punched on like you don't even see grown men get punched on that bad. Like you ever seen a little kid fighting like a doll? Like he punching her like that. Like I'm talking full-fledged haymakers. Man, listen. And I stepped in and knocked him clean out. One hit a quitter. Boom. So I'm standing over him, making sure he ain't dead. And here she come behind me with the high heel. Bop, don't hit my man. I'm like, oh, you know what? Fuck you. Excuse my language. Go ahead, Doc.
Like I had a similar situation. I don't know if you know, but I used to bounce. And we was in the club.
They could never pay me enough to bounce.
And I made some good money, but it was at least about 4 or 5 girls fighting each other. And as a bouncer, you have to kind of intervene, like step in between them just to stop them from fighting. Well, we don't do that with men. We just knock them out and get them out the club. But with women, we step in between them, to separate them. And a girl, she had a heel, and she had like not a regular heel, the little sharp part. She had like an actual like a thumbtack heel, and she took that heel and she hit me in the back with it. I told her I've been bleeding all night on my back after she hit me with that thing. I almost knocked her out, but I had to pick her up and I ain't threw her far, but I tossed her out the club because I wanted to do more, but I was like, nah, I ain't gonna do that because I know I'll kill her with my hands.
Hey, them high heels will hurt you now.
God.
You know, I done caught a few of them. You understand? But, you know, I got caught with another woman, caught me a high heel. You understand? You know, it happens. But nevertheless, you know, sisters, you don't want to end up in a situation in warfare. You understand? And men, we are aware of that danger. Now, let me ask you a question: is it more practical if you're aware of danger? Is it more practical to have on a $10,000 diamond watch? You understand? Some what they call Miri jeans, halfway around your whole behind out. You know, skinny jeans with some Balenciaga boat shoes. You know, is it more practical to wear that, or is it more practical to wear militant attire if a fight breaks out?
It's more practical to wear the militant
attire. Because I'm gonna tell you something. You ever been in a fight in a club? It's slippery in there.
Oh yeah.
You ever been in a fight? Period. It gets slippery. See, outside it gets slippery. You know, you ain't no telling what you can step on. You don't know what's out there. You understand? And when you get to slipping in the fight, oh, that's a bad day. You understand? You slipping. Yeah, listen, I done seen so many fights with brother clean as a whistle. Got the Balenciagas on. I used to work in a club when we used to be in the kitchen. And we would be in the kitchen, right? And I remember, I'll never forget one time this fight broke out. This dude, I think it was like a New Year's bash or something, or maybe it was somebody's birthday or something. I think it was like, I don't know. But all I know is this dude had on like a YSL belt, some I don't know what kind of jeans. I'm not really up on fashion like that. So I'm really just guessing. I don't even remember what he had on. I just know he had on stuff that was like not cheap. It was out of my price range. You understand? And he had these big old shoes on. I know they was Balenciagas, but they look like futuristic ocean shoes. They look like they could walk on water. You know what I'm saying? And some guy walked up on him and stole off on him. And them Balenciagas ain't do that man no good. That man, first of all, the punches just shocked him. What really did him in was when he slipped and fell on his face in the middle of a fight. You done slipped and then you slipped and fell on your face and your whole behind out. In the club, your girl right there beside you. You got all this money, all this thuggery going on, all these so-called gangsters standing around you, and yet you face down, behind up on the floor, getting stomped out by a little dude. You understand? Is that more practical? Right. You understand? But imagine if he had on warlike apparel, right, combat boots with his pants tucked in. Right. You understand? Hey, you know what? Sometimes I be thinking to myself, like when I be wearing my pants, I'm like, man, you know what? If somebody was to try to get in a fight with me with these combat boots on, it's over with. Like, it's over with because they not gonna be able to handle what I can do already. You understand? And then if they got on tennis shoes, it's a wrap. You understand? It's a wrap. You understand? And so there's a reason that men at a certain point in time dressed a certain way. They dressed like they were ready for the battle in case it ever occurred.
Right.
But for some reason, we've been fooled into esteeming the attire of a heathen, of the other nations. Not even so much of the other nations, but they created this whole style for us, and we just adopted it because that's what the rappers do.
Okay.
You understand? The rappers, they don't even dress like they ready for war. You know, most of the real gangsters I knew that would do something whenever it come time to do something. Let me tell you something. It's the game that changed now, but back in the day, the way you used to spot a real shooter, the way you could spot the real shooter, the real ones, the one who got them big 40 cal high points. They look like Desert Eagles, and they mean business when they come through. The way you would spot them is one, they would have on maybe like some Air Forces or something. But you know what they would have? They would have them things laced up super tight.
God.
They would have their shoes laced up tight. That's how you knew somebody was coming for business. And then they pants. Then another thing is they would not sag their pants.
God.
They would have their pants pulled up with a belt on, snug. You understand? And they wouldn't be wearing no skinny jeans. They wouldn't be wearing no super baggy jeans either, but they'd be wearing jeans, you know, for them to be able to move around and do what they need to do if they have to fight for their life.
God.
You understand? But when you got, you know, the style nowadays, they don't even tie their shoes no more, cars. Yeah, they got the laces out. You understand? What you gonna do? Somebody tee off on you and you got your shoes untied. You understand? Like that's like one of the first principles you learn in life is to tie your shoe.
Right.
You understand? But what I want to show you is that by wearing warlike apparel is absolutely biblical. Everything about what we do in the UPK is in the Bible. This isn't something somebody made up. You know, nobody was sitting in a classroom. Somebody's like, you know what? We should wear armbands like barbarians. You know what? We should wear headbands like the Karate Kid. You know what? We should wear the Sub-Zero garment. Nobody sat around and was just thinking, this is what we should do. What they did was they picked up the Bible and they saw how the men of Israel dressed in the Bible and did what the Bible said. So like got 2 times to answer. If you don't answer, you get hung up. So like is it unmuted?
You unmuted.
Yeah, but it's absolutely biblical why we dress the way we dress in the ISUPK.
Right.
And if you could, Baba Kashah, I want to show you something, right? Matter of fact, don't do that. All right. I want you to give me that scripture that I told you to pull, Baba Kashah. First of all, what's that scripture? They said they favored I think it's First Maccabees 1:11. Check and see if 1:11 is it. They favor the customs of the Grecians. I might be wrong.
It's talking about in those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many.
Matter of fact, give me that. Read that real quick, Baba Shah.
First Maccabees chapter 1 verse 11. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us.
All right, stop. Read that again from the top. Nice and slow.
First Maccabees, chapter 1, verse 11, in the Apocrypha. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men.
So it said in those days, this days right here is talking about we're reading out of the book of Maccabees, right? And it says in those days went there out wicked men from amongst the people of Israel. You understand? Read on.
Who persuaded many,
saying what?
let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us.
Now that doesn't that sound like Martin Luther King
Concept.
during the civil rights movement?
Concept.
When he said, you got what I'm looking for? All right, when he said, I have a dream, you understand? He went down to the heathen roundabout and made a covenant with them. The civil rights bill.
Concept.
You understand? Was that not the covenant that they made with these people?
Right.
So that now we can go sit down. Now we can go and buy Walmart, go shop at Walmart and eat at KFC and Wendy's. You understand? But we're gonna shut down Keisha's chicken joint and Lamar's fried fish. But we're gonna shut that down. Right. We're gonna shut down the cars' bus system. And we're gonna jump on the city bus. You understand? That's this covenant, this same covenant. You understand? And guess what? Pull up the picture. If you could take this video down, I want you to pull up that picture of all them Christian pastors that was sitting around Donald Trump. Yeah, pull up that picture of all them Christian pastors that was sitting around praising Donald Trump. I think they was praying for Donald Trump. And now that man got 34 felonies. Ain't that something? Listen, if Donald Trump becomes president or not, then he need to make it law that even with a felony, you can be a lawyer. Even with a felony, you can be a doctor. Right. You can work as an engineer. You understand? Even as a felon, you should be able to do all sorts of things. You should be able to get your rights to own firearms. If Donald Trump is a felon, you understand? He should change the law. He should do that. And you know what else he should do? All of the black people that are doing life behind bars because of the 3 strikes law. What was that?
I'm asking what's this here.
Let me see. All the black people that are in prison doing life behind bars. Yeah, that's it. Matter of fact, no. There should be another picture that shows a lot more of them Christians.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah. So he should free all of the black people that are doing life behind bars right now because of the 3 strike rules for selling marijuana. Right. You understand? Because now marijuana is legal. Why are they still in prison? Doing life. You understand? Why are they still in prison while Billy Bob got a dispensary right down the street from his old dope house? You understand? You got that picture up so everybody can see it?
Okay. Pulling it up now.
All right, now read this scripture again.
Okay. First Maccabees, chapter 1, verse 11.
So this picture right here, take a good look at this picture. You understand? While he reads this scripture. Go ahead.
First Maccabees, chapter 1, verse 11. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men.
Who is Israel? Israel is the 12 tribes of Israel. It's blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You understand? Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans. Guess what? Black man, Hispanic man, Native American man, in this day went there out wicked men from amongst our people. Read on.
Who persuaded Many.
Who persuaded many. You don't think these? Look at these. Let me see that picture. Look at this picture. Look at them suits. Listen, man. Listen. You don't think these people had the power to persuade many? You understand? These are your Christian leaders. And guess what? They persuade many. They persuaded you to vote to believe in Donald Trump. Look at them. You understand? Not one afro in the picture. You understand? All the sisters got the lace fronts. You understand?
Salaki.
Go ahead.
And look at how they laying hands on him, supposedly supposed to be praying. And if they are praying, none of them is facing the east.
None of them facing the east. And the Lord, listen, the Lord say a sinner, when you're a sinner, when you're wicked and evil, the Lord said your prayer is an abomination to him. You understand? That's like if somebody walk in your room right after you done had a long day of work, and came home, cleaned up your room, took a shower, and you done finally laid in your bed to take a good little rest, and somebody just walk in, bust up on your door, and take a big old fart, and then shut the door. That's your prayer to the Lord. When you one of them and you pray to the Lord, that is what it is. It's like you walk in and you just take a dump right in there. After he done got the air freshener going and everything, got the frankincense burning, and you walk in there and just crack one open. You know? You understand?
Like you in the elevator.
Like you in the elevator. Hey, I done slipped something off in the elevator. I'm giving you that out. You understand? Hey, look. Hey, look. I know. Hey, listen. I know that. When I was a trooper, I used to have this thing. I used to do. So like it. I used to work in this building full of Edomites, and listen, I used to let that thing rip in the elevator. You know what I'm saying? I knew that Esau be hopping on this thing right after me. He gonna bask in my ambience. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's what your prayers are to the Lord when you are wicked and evil. It's an abomination to the Lord. It's unclean. It's disgusting. It's vile. It upsets him. It's an offense to the Lord.
Right.
You understand? It's like we went to the Juneteenth festival today and cut up some Christians. They was like, "We're gonna pray for y'all." I was like, "Don't pray for me."
Yeah.
I don't want my name brought up. And your situation. Don't even bring my name up. You know what I'm saying? But these right here, these is those wicked men that persuaded many.
Right.
You understand? Read on.
I'm gonna start back from the top.
Go ahead.
In the Apocrypha, First Maccabees, chapter 1, verse 11. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, "Let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us.
You understand? Read on.
For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow."
You understand? Listen, that's how these wicked leaders feel.
Right.
When they can't be joined with the heathens, they just feel so sorrowful and so bad that they can't just love our oppressor. Like, think about it. You remember that movie Django? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's funny saying that because my dog named Django. You understand? But and don't mess with Django, because you know what I mean. Hey, I had to learn. I learned a valuable lesson that I need to introduce myself before I walk in my own house fooling with Django. He get the hey Django, it's me, and then he get the tail wagging. All right, you know what I'm saying? But I even got to introduce myself when I walk up to my dog. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so but in that movie Django, Samuel L. Jackson, when his slave master was unalived, he mourned.
Yeah.
You understand? He mourned, wept. You understand? And that's how evil these Christians are when they just can't be loved. They just can't love our oppressor. They just want to just love our oppressor so bad and just worship him and think he's so great and amazing. You know what I'm saying? When our oppressor is a idiot.
Right.
You understand? I'm not making this up. Our oppressor is a dumbass. Excuse my language. But listen, black women, listen, y'all say we hard on black women, but we give you your just due. Black women are so amazing, so intelligent that it was black women who calculated the trajectory that the Apollo 13 had to follow to get to the moon. That is tremendous. That is a special skill that came from the mind of a black woman that stumped the greatest physicist known on the earth at that time. You understand? And think about this. During that time period, there was something called the space race, where Russia, China, I can't remember what other country, but Russia, China, and America were all in a race to get to the moon. The smartest people that you can imagine on the globe were trying to figure out this problem. But you know why America did it? Because America had the 12 tribes of Israel. Because America had slaves who were intelligent black women. You understand? And they utilized the intelligence of those sisters. You understand? And had it not been for their wisdom, nobody would have made it to the moon. Nobody would have made it. Right. Neil Armstrong would have been, he'd have been frozen to death on Pluto if it hadn't been for them sisters. He would have been a flying popsicle stick in outer space had it not been for these sisters. You understand? But yet, our Christian leaders want so bad for us to join them and follow after their wisdom. Like we were at the Juneteenth festival, sister walked up. We was walking by, not bothering nobody. You know, we just checking things out, just looking and peeping things. And a sister asked the common one, said, "Brother, what she say? You gonna vote?"
Yeah, she asked me. She was like, "Do you want to register to vote?
Do you want to register to vote?" Like, who he look like? You know we not registering to vote. No, we not registering to vote. Who we gonna vote for? Donald Trump? Huh?
So she tried to say, but your vote gonna mean something.
My vote gonna mean something. Your vote don't mean a damn thing. You understand? The only thing your vote is gonna do is it's gonna piss off the Lord. You understand? Because you prefer these other nations over your own.
God.
And when you away from them, you feel so much sorrow. You understand? Read on.
Verse 12. So this device pleased them well.
So going to go join these heathens, it pleased these Christians well. You understand? Read on.
Verse 13. Then certain of the people were so forward hearing that they went to the king who gave them license to do after the ordinance of the heathen.
Read it again.
Verse 13. Then certain of the people were so forward hearing that they went to the king who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen.
Now think about the civil rights movement. Prior to the civil rights movement, we wasn't able to do according to the ordinances of the heathen. You understand? We wasn't allowed to do that. They didn't want us to play basketball. They didn't want us to play baseball. They didn't want us to play soccer. They didn't want us to use the same bathroom. Right. You understand? Read it again.
Verse 13 of First Maccabees chapter 1. Then certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king.
So these leaders, these so-called leaders that wanted to join themselves with the heathens, they went to the king. You understand? Read on.
Who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen.
Gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathens. Read on.
Verse 15. No, Salakia. Verse 14. Whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem according to the customs of the heathen.
Read it again. Read that part again.
Verse 14. Whereupon they built a place for exercise.
They built a place for exercise. What is a place for exercise? Go ahead.
Like gymnasium.
They built a gymnasium.
Okay.
You understand? They built the gym.
Right.
And you know all type of abominations going on in them gyms. Go ahead.
Whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem according to the customs of the heathen.
Go ahead.
Verse 15. And made themselves uncircumcised.
And did what?
And made themselves uncircumcised.
And did what?
Made themselves uncircumcised.
What does that mean? They made themselves uncircumcised. Go ahead, Op.
Meaning they made themselves unholy.
They made them. Oh, what do you mean?
Like, being that they joined themselves with the heathen, they left their own customs or left the customs that the Lord left for them.
That's right. You understand? That's right. We separated from the covenant,
right.
Meaning that the way we became uncircumcised is by sleeping with white women, right. Eating pork, shrimp, crab, lobster,
right.
Celebrating Christmas. You understand? So here's the thing, right? So when you start to follow after the customs of the other nations, then you're becoming uncircumcised. You're not a part of that circumcision. You're no longer a part of that covenant. You don't live by that covenant. You don't accept that covenant. You break the covenant. You understand? You are against the covenant. You understand? Read on.
Verse 15. And made themselves uncircumcised, and forsook the holy covenant, and joined themselves to the heathen.
So they forsook the covenant of the Lord. They forsook their culture, their heritage, their inheritance to go and live like a Greek.
Right.
You understand? Now give me that scripture I told you to pull for me, Baba Kasha. Anything else on that?
It's a little bit.
Go ahead.
I'm going to start with 15. And made themselves uncircumcised, and forsook the holy covenant, and joined themselves to the heathen, and were sold to do mischief.
Go ahead.
Okay. 2 Maccabees 4 and 15. Not setting by honors of their fathers, but liking the glory.
Matter of fact, go one verse behind that one.
Verse 14, that the priests had no courage to serve anymore at the altar, but despising the temple and neglecting the sacrifices.
So listen, all of that Lakama one just read, it eventually led to us falling out of the truth.
Okay.
Even the priests started to fall out of the truth. You understand? Read on.
Hastening to be partakers of the unlawful allowance in the place of exercise.
They was hasting. They was quick to jump and go to the gymnasium to go indulge in all that lustful deviancy going on inside that gymnasium. You understand? Watching naked men wrestle each other.
Okay.
You understand? Watching naked men play I don't even know what kind of sport, play basketball like Diddy.
Okay.
He wanted to go to the Diddy party. You understand? Read on.
After the game of discus
after the game of discus. You know what discus is, right?
Is that the disc throw?
The disc, yeah, like the Olympic games when they throw the discus. You understand when that, you know what I mean? When that's where these are the Greeks and the Romans. The Greeks, they was the ones who kind of, I think they started the Olympics.
Yeah, they did.
You understand? They started the Olympics in honor of the gods of Olympus.
Okay.
You understand? Of Zeus and all them gods that they worship. Hercules and all that. And Ares and all that. You know what I mean? Read on.
After the unlawful game of discus, called them forth. Verse 15, not setting by the honors of their fathers.
Read again.
Not setting by the honors of their fathers.
Not what?
Not setting by the honors of their fathers.
So they not setting by the honors of their father. You understand? They not following the customs of their ancestors. You understand? The customs of their people. You understand? Read on.
But liking the glory of the Grecians, best of all.
But what?
But liking the glory of the Grecians, best of all.
But what?
But liking the glory of the Grecians, best of all.
Who is Donald Trump? First of all, who is the Grecians? Go ahead.
Talking about the nation of people.
The Grecians, yeah.
What we call today the Caucasians.
The Caucasians.
Okay.
Black people love white people.
Okay.
Most of all. And then, guess what? It was no different even back in the book of Maccabees. Look at these brothers and sisters with their hands on Donald Trump, man. It's just absolutely pitiful. Go ahead, Al.
It's a lot, kid. This is after Donald Trump came on national TV and came out of his mouth and said that Mexicans, I can't say the word, but
are assaulters.
Yeah, and take advantage of people, and also called the entire black race lazy people,
right,
and criminals.
Right. But that don't matter because we favor the customs of the Grecians most of all.
Okay.
You understand? Go ahead.
One last thing, like I posted on the book the other day, I said, in order for you to love the Caucasian nation, you must first hate your own people.
And that's what this whole breakdown is about. Because what he just read, it said that the brothers and sisters hated the customs of their forefathers.
Okay.
You understand? And so I bring this out to show you that this is what's going on today, first of all.
Yeah.
So the customs of our people, we done joined ourselves with the heathen. We had our leaders that made a covenant with these other nations, and we done turned our back on our people, and we favored white people most of all.
Right. Yeah.
Even above our own people. Hey, Sly, can you grab that Red Bull out of that freezer for the Baba shop? And we favored white culture most of all. Most of all. You understand? Most of all, we love that Edomite. You understand? And guess what? The customs of them Grecians, well, guess what else we did? We started to dress like them. We started to wear the togas and the, you know what I mean, and all the little Greek outfits with the little flowers in our head and all that LGBT nonsense. Right. You understand? We favored those customs and those cultures. You know the baseball cap that everybody wear, the 5950, the new era 5950 and all that, the baseball cap. Right. That is a Greek hat. Look it up. Show it to the people. Show it to the people, man. Now, I'm not saying that you can't go out and wear a hat. I got a couple of hats, but I'm just going to show you something. Most of my hats say One West on them. Type in a Greek cap. What you type in?
I didn't mean to type that.
Greek cap.
Images.
Click on images, yeah. Tell you what, type in ancient Greeks. Ancient Greek. Might have to put in hat.
Let me put in hat.
Yeah, so that ancient Greek hat. I scroll down.
This would be one, but you can't really see it like that.
Scroll down. Hold on. Scroll down. Type in ancient Greece baseball cap. Scroll down. Scroll down. Scroll down. Scroll down. Hold on. Scroll down.
It's gonna end up right there.
Scroll back up. Can't even find it. Type in ancient Greek hat. Or type Grecian. Type in Grecian hat with bill.
With
Bill. Where is it at?
this song would look like
See, it's not really showing you a bunch of the ancient stuff. It's just showing you caps. Scroll back up. Type in ancient Grecian hat.
maybe if I click on one of these, it'll bring you.
Maybe it will. I didn't even see that stuff down there.
Or is it called the fitty cap, right?
Yeah, well, I don't know if yeah.
Or the 5950.
No. The 5950, that's just a new era calls it. But I'm talking about the style of hat comes from the Greeks. Tell you what, click on that picture right there. Scroll down. Oh nah. That's some other shit. That ain't even Greek stuff. It's Assyrian. See, it's not even really showing you the Greek tribes. Hold on, type in Greek. Ancient Grecian hat. Let's type in Grecian hat. Sports, and then type sports.
Would this be somewhat like it? Let's see.
Nah. Okay. That's the flower thing. The reed. Man, I'm gonna have to find it, post it. Because I've got it saved in my files at home. I'm gonna have to pull it out and post it. But anyway, so that hat, that cap style is an ancient Greek style of hat. You understand? But the way that we dress in America today is how our oppressor dresses. We dress like him. You understand? We emulate him. We put on suits and ties. We look at suits and ties like that is holy.
Right.
You understand? We rather dress like this, right here in this picture, like what you're seeing in this picture, than wear Native American regalia.
Okay.
You understand? Like we would rather dress like I don't even know how to describe that. You know what I'm saying? We'd rather dress like some sodomite in the Oval Office, you understand, than to dress like a warrior. You understand? Go ahead.
That goes back to the history of the Native Indians when they say you have to take the savage out of the Indian and install the American in him. And that's when they was basically telling the Native Indian he wasn't a real man because he kept his customs as wearing, the feathers on his head and the fringes. They made him give all of that up just to put on a suit and tie. And it's a shame that brothers and sisters still fight for that custom today.
Right. But for the most part, the most of our culture, we because they'll look at what we have on as if it's weird, as if it's strange. Like what the hell? What the medieval stuff? Swords? What is up with these guys? Studs and spikes. Who are you getting in a fight with? You understand? But you know what? One thing about them, they ain't gonna throw hands with us.
Right.
And they won't do that. You understand? Go ahead.
I still got that warlike apparel.
I understand. You understand? They'll still do that. You understand? But this is why they look at us as if we're strange, as if what we have on is strange. Christians look at us and are completely clueless. You say you read the Bible, but you look at us and think we dressing crazy. You got the book in your hand and don't understand why we dress the way we dress. You got the book in your hand. Read it sometime. You understand? But it's because we favor the customs of the Grecians most of all. We favor this Edomite so much that we hate our own people. We hate our culture. We even hate, listen, we hate hearing about oppression. A lot of our people hate hearing about it. And they hate hearing about it because really some of us feel like there's nothing we can do about it. And because we feel like there's nothing we can do about it, we get high. And the reason why we feel like there's nothing we can do about it is because the most powerful people in our kingdom, in our empire, in our nation is doing this with Donald Trump. I got to point that way because that's what the picture is. They're doing this with Donald Trump. So because our leaders look at us get oppressed and stand there and pray for Donald Trump, then the ones of us who knows we oppressed feel like there's nothing they can do about it because of this. So they get high. You understand? So they join gangs. You understand? So they favor the customs of our oppressors so much that they dress like them. They walk like them. They talk like them. You know, a lot of black people in the South, the slang, the ebonics that they call it. You know where we learned ebonics from? Where do you think we learned how to say y'all? We learned that from our oppressor. That's how they used to talk during slavery. The same way that we talk today, the hood slang, the hood lingo. That was the way slave masters talked to the slaves. You understand? Think about it. Go watch some of them old slave movies. Man, what y'all niggas doing down there, boy? That's how they would talk to them. Am I making it up? Come on. Like, what y'all niggas doing over there? Man, y'all better go on somewhere now. You know what I'm saying? Don't make me come down there. That's how they would talk. They would talk to our slaves. That's how they would talk to the slaves, and that's how we talk to our brother. You understand? That's why we call each other nigga. Man, what y'all niggas on, man? You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, you know, in the UPK, we educated on the matter.
Right.
So we understand what nigga means, where it comes from. You understand? So we understand what it means. You understand? You know, white man call me a nigga, so what? I'm a nigga. Okay. I'm black. I can't change that. You know what I'm saying? Thank the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Thank the Lord. Because I could be a devil like you and end up in slavery under the same people I hate.
Right.
You understand? And they hate getting called devil. You understand? They hate that. You know what I'm saying? Because they want to be so righteous, so loved. They want to be, they want us to love them so bad. You understand? You know, devil came up with it and took a picture of us earlier today. Like, can I take y'all's picture? Can I see one of your phones and take y'all's picture? Like, yeah, go ahead.
Right.
You understand? But we favor the customs of these heathens so much that when the scripture say you can't serve two masters, but you're gonna love one and hate the other. So you joining yourselves with the other nations, then what you're gonna do? You're gonna hate your own customs.
Right.
Now let me show you what our customs are, how the way our people dressed originally. You understand? Read that when you got it. First Maccabee. I mean, you know what I want.
Chapter 14.
Yeah, 14. So like,
Verse 9.
yeah, we can take that picture now.
So, First Maccabees, chapter 14, verse 9. The ancient men sat all in the streets, communing together of good things, and the young men put on glorious and warlike apparel.
Read that again.
Verse 9. The ancient men sat all in the streets, communing together of good things, and the young men put on glorious and warlike apparel.
So it says the young men will wear glorious and warlike apparel. You understand? They will wear glorious and warlike apparel. That's why you would see brothers will wear the fringes, the combat boots,
right,
and then be fly as hell with it.
Okay.
You understand? We fly as hell and we'll still beat your ass.
Okay.
You understand? We fresh to death and ready for war at the same time. Glorious warlike apparel.
right.
You understand? That is our custom. That is our culture. You understand? And matter of fact, you ever seen a Jewish man, so-called Jewish man?
Okay.
Do he wear glorious and warlike apparel? He do not wear glorious. He out here in the middle of the summertime wearing a black trench coat with a black Monopoly hat, with dookie rolls going down the side of his. probably smell like crack, like crack and sack. You understand? All up under that trench coat. You understand? You know them heathens nasty. Back in the day, they used to, the Khazarian Empire, they used to be so filthy that they would wear they clothes until they disintegrated off their body. And then they would bathe and put on a new outfit. You understand? You think about how long it take for clothes to disintegrate off your body? You a funky, nasty bastard. Calling yourself a Jew. Read on. Oh, matter of fact, drop that. Is there anything else on that?
Lots.
All right, we're going to drop that, right? So, for starters, our customs is to wear glorious and warlike apparel. Is Balenciaga warlike?
Lie.
Is Balenciaga, can you wear Balenciaga into a battlefield?
Lie. If you want to die,
Yeah, you want to be unalive. You just want to, slip up and fall. You know what I'm saying? With your Mary jeans falling off. You understand? I seen a guy one time try to run from the police wearing skinny jeans. He look, back in my day when I was a kid, listen, you walk on the bus and you got on some tight pants and you sagging, boy, we was on your ass. we was on your top. You know what I'm saying? They had a name for it back in the day. They used to call it a tight sag. You You know what I'm saying? Like, boy, you got on that tight sag, don't you? Like, it's like you sagging for no reason. Like, sagging used to be because your pants too big and you ain't got on a belt. That's what sagging used to be when I was young. At least as far as, young boys doing it on the outside. I ain't talking about no prison lifestyle. I ain't we don't get down like that. You know what I'm saying? But sagging, like, as far as the young boys, young kids growing up, like, we really wouldn't sag like that unless we forgot our belt or our belt broke or something like that. And back in the day, we used to wear the baggy pants. Right. We used to wear no skinny jeans. But I seen this cat have on some skinny jeans. He thought he was fly too. He thought he was fly. Had on some skinny jeans and he had some big old Yeezys on. And I guess the police tried to get him. So he takes off running with the skinny jeans on. And it's like he started taking baby steps, trying to run. Then one of his shoes falls off, and then he fall down. Now he, you know what I'm saying, upside down in some skinny jeans on the ground. You know what I'm saying, with an elbow in his neck. I'm like, you big dummy. You know what I'm saying? The scriptures say our ancestors had on glorious and warlike apparel. You understand? I want you to give me Exodus 28:4, Baba Kashah. Could try to move through it kind of fast because definitely got sidetracked with the conversation.
28:4.
28:4, bro.
Exodus chapter 28, verse 4.
Go ahead.
And these are the garments which they shall make.
Says it when what?
And these are the garments which they shall make.
Go ahead.
A breastplate and in ephod.
You understand? A breastplate and ephod. Like the Native Americans always had a customs of wearing breastplates. The beaded breastplate. Anybody that was at the Passover saw my garment. I had a beaded breastplate. What's going on?
Still alive.
All right. So like technical difficulties. All right. So what was we saying? Where was we at?
Exodus chapter 28 and verse
about
4.
The breastplates and the ephod. So it's always been our custom to wear like a breastplate, an ephod, or something covering our chest. You understand? Like it's like think of it as like a jewelry. You understand? Read on.
And these are the garments which they shall make: a breastplate and an ephod and a robe and a broidered coat.
You understand? So it says in a robe and a broidered coat. So that's like those garments that you would see us wear. Right. Like you see Commander Jenny Hanna, he would wear a robe to the Passover, that fly ass robe. I'm gonna get me one. I'm gonna give me a couple of them. Yeah. Mark my word, that robe is too fresh. Okay. You understand? Got to have one in the closet. Got to have some of them. Yeah. Go ahead, read on.
A mitri.
And mitri. So a mitri, you see those brothers when they wear the headpiece when it's tied around. It's like bands going around, almost like a turban. You understand? That's a mitri. Go ahead.
And
Salakia, that's a cut to all you fake Israelite groups out here talking about the UPK covers their head. Listen, man, right there is the top of my head. You understand that my head is not covered. You understand? And when you look at a mitri, the top of that mitri is open. Our head is not covered. You dummy. You understand? But the Lord is ordering brothers to wear the mitri. Okay. That was a commandment for the priests. Okay. You understand? To wear a headpiece. You understand? But you big dummy IUIC running around with the fresh lineup. That's the headpiece. Okay. Read on.
And a girdle.
And a what?
And a girdle.
And that's that war belt that you see brothers wear. Not no girdle like what your rib wear when she's trying to, you know what I mean, not have a fupa. You understand? We talking about a girdle with a war belt. You understand? that was made out of leather or chainmail or some type of armor that would prevent you from being thrust through with a sword.
Right.
You understand? Read on.
And they shall make holy garments.
And they shall do what?
And they shall make holy garments
Go ahead.
for Aaron, thy brother, and his sons, that he may minister unto me, and so like that he may minister unto me in the priest's office.
You understand? So that priesthood, a priest is supposed to wear a garment.
Right.
You understand? You're supposed to wear that apparel that the Lord wants us to wear. You understand? You're supposed to aspire to that. You understand? Read on. Matter of fact, is there anything else on that?
Verse 5.
Go ahead.
And they shall take gold and blue and purple and scarlet and fine linen. Verse 6.
And all types of beautiful colors.
Right.
You understand? All type of flies. He said gold and silver. I got gold and silver all in my armbands. Not real gold because I'm in oppression right now. You understand? I got gold and silver all in them armbands. You understand?
Yes.
Read on.
Verse 6. And they shall make the ephod of gold.
And they shall make the ephod of gold. You know what I'm saying? The ephod, they would wear that around their neck right there on their chest.
Right.
You understand? Bling, bling, Johnny Dang. You understand? I want you to drop that.
Okay.
Anything else on that?
Last.
All right, I want you to drop that. I want you to go to Nehemiah 8:4, Baba Shah. I'm trying to move through these pretty quick.
Nehemiah 4.
8:4.
Okay. Nehemiah chapter 8, verse 4. And Ezra the scribe stood upon a pulpit of wood.
And then what?
And stood upon a pulpit of wood.
So this is these brothers describing when they went to camp. You understand? When they went out and taught on the street.
Right.
That's why you notice when the UPK, when we would go to camp, what we stand on?
Wood.
We stand on that wood.
Right.
On that wood stage. You understand? That pulpit. You understand? We might go out there without it if the law don't permit us to have it, but it's UPK custom to stand out there on a pulpit of wood.
Right.
You understand? But these fake Israelites don't they don't know the Bible.
Okay.
They ain't out there on no pulpit of wood. You understand? Everything the UPK does is in the Bible.
Right.
There's nothing that we do that is not biblical.
Right.
You understand? Read on.
Which they had made for the purpose. And beside him stood Matthiah and Shema and Ananiah and Urijah and Hilkiah and Messiah and his right hand, and on his left hand Pedaiah and Mishael and Malachi and Hashum and Hashabadana, Zechariah and Meshullam.
And these is all the brothers that went to camp. You understand? All these brothers went to camp. You understand? And they did so on that pulpit of wood.
Right.
You understand? Just like we do in the UPK, like I said. You understand? I want you to drop that and go to Numbers chapter 15, verse 38, Baba Kashah.
Numbers chapter 15, verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments.
That you do what?
Make fringes, Mr. Lockie, make them fringes in the borders of their garments.
Now listen. It says that we shall make fringes in the borders of our garment. You understand? Of our garment, right?
God.
What is a garment? Go ahead.
A garment is when you have on the ephod, the robe, the girdle. Trying to remember the scripture. The girdle.
I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna make it simpler. A garment is outerwear.
Okay.
You understand? Not underwear. You understand? There's certain clothings that are considered outerwear, and there's certain clothings that are considered underwear.
Okay.
So, to give you an example, pants is outerwear. Boxer shorts are underwear.
Okay.
You understand? Shirts are outerwear. T-shirts are underwear. You understand? Jackets are outerwear. Coats, outerwear. Robes, outerwear. But a t-shirt is not outerwear. Even though we wear it, well, it's outerwear. They put designs and stuff on the t-shirts, but a t-shirt is underwear. You don't put fringes on your. That's not a garment. You understand? Your garment is your priestly outfit. You understand? The things that you would wear to go do your priestly work. Like the scripture said earlier, that you would do this in the office of a priest. You understand? Read on. It says, bid them that they wear the fringes and the borders of their garments. You understand? So everybody wore garments. They had some type of garment. You understand? Like instead of wearing like sneakers and Jordans and tennis shoes and jeans and all that, we wore garments. You understand? We was dressed like we was going to war. Had a closet full of garments. We had daily garments, like, everyday garments. And guess what? We had girdles that we would wear every day.
Right.
You understand? Read on.
And bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments.
So they would make them fringes in the borders of their garments. So like the outer extremities of the garment, like they would put fringes. The border would also be considered this hem. That hem is a border. You understand? A border or a corner is where two surfaces meet, or where one surface ends. You understand? That is a border. You understand? So this hem is a border. So you would stitch your fringes onto that hem, or open up that hem and stitch your fringe inside within that hem.
Okay.
Read on.
Throughout their generations, and that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
And then we would do the fringe with the ribbon of blue right there at the fringe, right in between. Now let me ask you this: what does it mean when it says throughout your generations? Go ahead.
Keeping the customs.
Right, keeping the customs. But does it mean that you have to do it every day, all day? You understand? And that's heavy. I wanted to bring that out because we just saw a video earlier today where some fake Israelite. Listen, I couldn't believe it. Fake Israelite was at camp, speaking at camp. And then you know how the Christian church pull out the towel and they wipe their mouth while they preaching.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I saw a fake Israelite do that, just like a Christian. I couldn't believe it. Like one of the brothers called it out, said, man, he do that just like a Christian pastor. And he just sitting there just wiping his mouth. With the wiping his mouth. Go ahead.
Like it. The only thing he was missing from being an actual pastor was the hard breathing after he said that.
Hey, what was that?
What was what?
Yeah, you're right. That hard breathing, that You understand? That's the only thing he was missing. I'm in IUIC. But also like it, I done gave it away what camp I'm talking about. But anyway, so the brother's out there teaching at the camp, wiping his mouth with the towel as he's speaking. You understand? And I get to looking at the towel. Man, tell me why the brother got fringes on the towel. Fringes on the towel. You understand? Like it used to be. Listen, it used to be a running joke. Probably got fringes on their underwear. You understand? It used to be a joke that them purple cats probably got fringes on their underwear. Man, listen, after seeing that towel out, they probably got fringes on their socks. You know what I'm saying? They probably got sock fringes out. Okay. All right, if you in IURC, send me a picture of your sock fringes. You know what I'm saying? I got to see that, man. I've seen sock fringes on a fake Israelite. You understand? You think I'm making it up? Wow. You gonna maybe go through the internet rabbit hole and find it? Yeah. I seen it, and I can tell you where I seen it. It was this brother. I remember who it was. I know his face when I see it. If I see his face, I can tell you who it was that had on the sock fringes. I never forget his face because he a big, tall, ugly motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But he had on sock fringes. You know how you ever seen those moccasins, Native American moccasins, but around the top of the boot, it has the fringes to come down. They were socks. Imagine Nike socks. And at the top, like pulled all the way up. And at the top of the sock, fringes going around. You think I'm making it up? And see, y'all brothers gonna make me pull it up. You know what I'm saying? I'm convinced IUIC, you know what I'm saying? Like they probably have a bathing outfit because they actually believe that if you get caught without your fringes on, if Christ come back and you ain't got your fringes on, that you're getting left behind. Yeah. That's what they believe. Like Christ gonna come back, be like, "Where your fringes, brother?" Man, I wore them all ever since I came into the truth. It's just today, all my fringes is just in the washing machine. Nah, got to stay. You get left behind. That's what they believe. They believe if you get caught for 1 second, if you ain't got them fringes on for 1 second, and Yahweh shall come back in that 1 second that you ain't got your fringes on, you out of there. They ribs probably got fringes on their lingerie, which I wouldn't have a problem with. My rib having fringes on lingerie, that's a whole nother conversation. You know what I'm saying? But that's probably what's going on. Like they probably got fringes on their do-rags. You know what I'm saying? Got fringes on IUIC. If you got fringes in your do-rag, man, send me a picture. You know what I'm saying? But what that means throughout your generations is that means that that means forever. Right. Keep it as a custom. Don't forget this custom. Right. You understand? Keep it as a custom. Does it mean wear your fringes every day? It says throughout your generations. What's a generation?
Generation would be the new set of people.
Right. Okay. Like the next step in a genealogical ladder is a generation. Right. So when you have a child, that's the next generation. Okay. So that means that's a custom that you keep. And then your child, you raise him up to keep that same custom. Then your next child raise him up to keep that same custom. You understand? So we wear fringes with a border of blue. You understand? And a more accurate depiction of that is think of the North American Indian. That is the closest representation that you will find to a biblical fringe. Not mop strings on the bottom of a t-shirt. You understand? That is not biblical. That is more akin to what the Jewish man does. Okay. You understand? As opposed to what the biblical Israelites did. You understand? We wear the fringes like going down the sides of our pants. We'll wear vests with the fringes on. We wear jackets and coats with fringes on. We'll wear our garments, long garments down to the foot with fringes on. You understand? Read on. Matter of fact, drop that because we gotta move on. You understand? I want you to go to hold on 1 second. Where was that? Numbers?
Okay.
Give me
No,
Proverbs.
we was Nehemiah. No, numbers.
All right, give me Proverbs 1 and 20. And Salaki, could you give me First Esdras 1 and 2?
Oh, 1 and 20, right?
No. Give me 1 and 20. Salaki.
Proverbs chapter 1, verse 20. Wisdom crieth without, she uttereth her voice in the street.
Go ahead.
Verse 21. She crieth in the chief place of concourse.
You understand that right there? This is just a scripture explaining, why we go out to camp. You understand why we are so adamant and aggressive about teaching the word of the Lord.
Yeah.
You understand? Because the scriptures say wisdom crieth without. She uttereth her voice in the streets. That's a cut for a lot of you fake Israelites that think that you don't have to go out and teach. You understand that you don't have to go out and do anything but sit in your comfy little church and just fellowship. You understand? That is not the spirit of the Lord. You understand? Read on.
She crieth, Salaki, verse 21. She crieth in the chief place of concourse.
In what?
She crieth in the chief place of concourse.
In the chief place of concourse, meaning that out there in the main roads, busy intersections, out there where the people at.
Okay.
You understand? They going to the people.
Right.
Because that's what that concourse means. It means like an area where a lot of people intersect. You understand? That's what that's talking about. Not in your church or in your basement. You understand? Read on.
In the openings of the gates.
In the openings of the gates, meaning that you trying to teach to the people. You yelling and screaming at the people. Well, you're not really at the people. The scriptures say actually speaking to the birds, prophesying to the wind. You understand? So you ain't out there, we ain't out there talking to people personally, individually. We're not talking to them. We are out there just prophesying to the wind. And whoever hears us, hears us. Whoever don't. Read on.
In the city she uttereth her words, saying, verse 22, how long ye simple ones will ye love simplicity?
You know what I'm saying? We're going to drop that. Give me what you got.
It's First Esdras 1 and 2. Have set the priests according to their daily courses, being arrayed in long garments in the temple of the Lord.
So we will wear those long garments in the temple of the Lord. You understand? Read on.
Verse 3. And he spake unto the Levites, the holy ministers of Israel, that they should hallow themselves unto the Lord.
So that again is showing you that all throughout our culture, we wore those long garments. You understand? We wore those long garments. That's what we wore. You know what I'm saying? You sit there seeing Mortal Kombat Sub-Zero. Well, listen, where do you think ninjas did not dress like that? Ninjas ain't dressed like Sub-Zero. They didn't wear that garment that Sub-Zero wore. They didn't wear that like Sub-Zero and Scorpion. They ain't dressed like that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Go look it up. They wore kimonos and then pants, and they tied their pants up around the feet so that they wasn't open and baggy. And then they had the sleeves, the big kimono sleeves, and they would tie them at the wrist to make it look like a pirate shirt, like how this looks.
Right.
They would tie it up so that, you know what I mean? That's how they dress. They didn't dress like Scorpion and Sub-Zero. You understand? So they people hitting us with them jokes. But where do you think they got it from? They designed Scorpion and Sub-Zero to look more like what they call barbarians.
Okay.
And guess who the barbarians were? Like brother a devil gave me a great compliment today when we was at the pawn shop. He said, "You are like a barbarian." I'm like, the what? You know what I'm saying? Appreciate it. Yeah, all praise to the Lord. You understand? Because that means that I was fully engulfed in the spirit of Israel. Because that's what they used to call us. They called us barbarians because of our language. Our language was Abba. You understand? So they called us barbarians. You understand? Because of the way our language was. You understand? And the way we dress was like barbarians. That was ours. You ever notice when you look up a picture of a barbarian, aside from Conan, because he half naked, you understand? But if you look at Conan and you look at what he got on, you notice armbands with spikes and studs in it, war belt with spikes and studs in it. You know what I'm saying? A garment down to the foot, sometimes a coat. When Conan became King Conan in the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, that's how he dressed. He dressed like a UPK warrior. Right. And the men who rode with him look up Wilt Chamberlain in the Conan movie. You know what I'm saying? That brother looked like he was on his way to the Passover. You understand? Because that was our culture. That was the culture. You understand? So and they wore glorious, warlike apparel. You understand? Always ready for war. We was the barbarians. We was them sword slingers, them legendary sword slingers. You understand? Who you think was the legends of old? You understand? Like, who's the legends today? LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, Tank Davis, Floyd Mayweather. You understand? In most physical contact sports, it's brothers that run that. Right. And the only sports where brothers don't run it, is just because they got it set up to where they can at least have something to their own. Right. Like golf. Tiger Woods messed that up. Yeah. You seen Tiger Woods' son out there? Hey, Tiger Woods' son ain't no joke. Tiger Woods' little son, he even though he looked like an Esau, but Tiger Woods' son ain't no joke. Go ahead.
I would say the only sport that they have that we haven't taken over yet is NASCAR and hockey, but I spoke too fast. We've taken that over too.
Black people invented hockey. You understand? If it wasn't for black people, there wouldn't be no hockey. We invented hockey. When they sent the slaves up north, and they was out there on them lakes, them frozen lakes. Yeah. We went out there and created a whole sport right out there on the frozen lake. Hockey. You understand? Out there getting it. Go ahead.
So like said the entertainer made a joke about it. He was like, now they let people fight in hockey now. You let black people find that out, it'll be a brother out there skating without a stick.
Man, look here. I commend anybody that can ice skate. God. Because I can't. And I won't. I will not. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to get out there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if it's a UPK event. I'll go. I'll watch everybody else. But I ain't getting out there. I'll even give me some ice skates and I'll sit right there inside and watch everybody ice skate. I ain't getting out there. Last time I got out there, listen, I fell. And not only did I fall, but I made 14 people fall with me. And you know what happened after we fell? We slid. And we slid for a long time, real fast. And then all 14 of them people ran into me into the wall. So I ain't going out there. That was embarrassing. And never again am I going to suffer that embarrassment. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody going to have me on Instagram Live. You know what I'm saying? Ice skating. And it ain't going to be a pretty sight. You know what I'm saying? I want you to See, we finished with that scripture.
Come, sir.
All right. You got first Esdras?
Come, sir.
You just read that?
Come.
All right. Give me Ecclesiasticus 45 and 8. We're gonna wrap it up.
In the Apocrypha, Ecclesiasticus chapter 45, verse 8, he put on him perfect glory and strengthened him with rich garments, with breeches, with a long robe.
So listen. Read that again.
Verse 8 of Ecclesiasticus chapter 45, he put on him perfect glory and strengthened him with rich garments, with breeches, with a long robe, and the ephod.
So listen, so that just goes to show you, like, with the rich garment, like, we wasn't just out here bummy, you know what I'm saying, wearing just a black trench coat,
Right.
looking crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's what I never understood about the so-called Jewish man. He out there in Israel. Now, Israel is kind of in the same parallel as Charleston.
Yeah.
So think about Charleston temperature and then think about Israel temperature.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? You got that black trench coat on in the desert out there fighting Palestinians with a trench coat on. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't get, and then I guess in the cold parts, like the ones who cold, the Sephardim or whatever, ones who live in the cold,
Yeah.
they wear them big old bear fur hats. You see them?
You can.
With like a car tire on their head. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, where that's at in the Bible? That ain't nowhere in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? But, if and shout out to Hazahab. Officer Hazahab up in New York. Because Hazahab actually created the breeches that the ancient Israelites used to wear.
Right.
You understand? I actually am wearing some right now, and they're the most comfortable thing that I've ever put on. You know what I'm saying? I went home and took a nap earlier today in my breeches. You know what I'm saying? Comfortable in the mug in the bed. You know what I'm saying? Most comfortable pants I ever wore. Breezy. I thought I was going to be cooking today. Breezy in a mug.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Wasn't hot at all today. It was heavy, but I wasn't hot at all today. You know what I'm saying? And that just goes to show you how the garment was structured. The garment was structured by you would wear your robe. Read it again.
Verse 8, he put on him perfect glory and strengthened him with rich garments.
So you have a rich garments, not cheap. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
These garments that we wear in the UPK ain't cheap. You know what I'm saying? These things ain't cheap. You know what I'm saying? Shoot. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, my garment. Hey, look, I don't even trying to even go there, but hey, listen, my garment costs more than a lot of people's outfits.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? These garments ain't cheap.
Right.
These garments is handcrafted, tailor made. You understand? The breeches, custom made just for me. Ain't nobody else got these.
Okay.
Brothers got them, but ain't got these.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? These is one-on-ones. You know what I'm saying? So, the brothers wore rich garments, good quality garments, stylish garments. You know what I'm saying? Read on.
With breeches.
With breeches, the breeches with the pants these are pants.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We wore pants. We wasn't out here dressed like Romans, free balling with a dress on. You know what I'm saying? Kind of free balling on the internet. So lucky. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't out here, you know what I'm saying, doing none of that. The Lord gave us a commandment to put pants on. You understand? To wear pants. Why did he have to tell us to wear pants? Go ahead.
because you had people that were leaving the customs and doing other stuff.
No, go ahead.
Because of that damn gymnasium.
No. Think about it. Think about when he told us to wear the breeches.
This was doing after the Old Testament.
When did he give us the law?
In the First Testament.
Okay, so why did he have to tell us in the law to wear pants?
Did it had something to do with Greece? Or
Greece ain't been around yet. Go ahead.
Egypt, what we was wearing in Egypt.
Give me a little more.
We was wearing them hammer skirt or something.
Give me a little more.
The wraparounds, almost like a kilt.
I'm looking for a specific answer. He owned it. He's very close. For time's sake, I'm gonna give it to you. He told us to wear pants because the Egyptians did not wear pants. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's why he told us. Because everything he told us not to do is because he saw it done in Egypt.
Right.
And he told us not to do it. Not to do as the Egyptians. You understand? And with that, go ahead, read on.
Verse 9.
Anything? What does it say in 9? Go ahead and read 9.
Verse 9. And he compassed him with pomegranates and with many golden bells around about, that as he went there might be a sound and a noise made that might be heard in the temple for a memorial to the children of his people.
You understand? These garments are to represent the Lord on this earth. We are, when people look at the children of Israel, the 12 tribes, we are supposed to be a reflection of the Most High. You understand? Much like how the scriptures say, you understand, Israel was a wife, is like a wife unto the Lord. The Lord is often described as a husband unto the 12 tribes of Israel. You understand? So just like your wife, when your wife goes out from the house, she is an extension of you. She's a representative of you. You understand? When people see her, they see you. You understand? Right. So much like that, when people see us, we are a reflection of the Most High, or we're supposed to be. And so that's why it's important in the UPK for us to hold tight to these traditions that was passed down to Commander Jenny Hanna. You understand, that he passed down to us. It's so important for us to hold on to him because we see how much that people outside of the truth hate the customs of the Lord. Okay. They hate the customs of the Lord because if they love the Lord, then they will be with the Lord. Yeah. You understand? If they love the Lord, then they will return to that covenant. You understand? But instead, they rather hate their brother. And you know what I mean? Like, listen, y'all try to sit here and say that we cause division because we say we're not affiliated with no other Israelite group. Well, listen, man, you cause division because we invite you to our Passover. I ain't never been invited to no fake Israelite Passover. You ever been invited to a fake Israelite Passover? You ever seen a video with GMS say, "All y'all Israelite groups need to come on down to the Passover"? You ever seen that? You ever seen IUIC drop a video saying, "All you Israelite come on to the Passover"?
So like, if you ain't got no money, you ain't want to go.
Yeah, you can't afford their Passover. I know I can't. I think they mandatory got to buy the specific garment. They cost a specific amount.
You got to buy that lamb too. They charge for their food. Yeah. You ain't gonna eat for free at their Passover. And
then what?
Classes.
Hold on, what?
Then their classes, they charge for food. You gotta go back there and spend your money.
So you gotta sit there for 4 hours. And then, so who bring the food?
But I know you got to pay for it though. You ain't eating for free.
You say what?
I said they might have to tell the government assistance.
With that, pass the class over to preaching officer Lakama.
Shalom, Lord of Christ. This is the ISPK announcements. We are the ISPK, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When the new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment in Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. It means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'asharai. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasurer department or teacher. Priest funds, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocation. The next one is memorial of blowing of the trumpets. First day of the 7th month, that which will be Wednesday on the 2nd of October 2024. If you want to read about it, you can find it in Leviticus chapter 23, verses 24 through 25. Remind Akim and Akwaf to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black, boots, shirts, pants, headband, and scarf. Shalom.